Hi guys. Hey, I'm getting ready to go on a trip next week, and before I leave to go on any kind of a trip, I like to take the time to clean my lenses really well. So I'm gonna go through that with you real quick. I usually start out with, I've got one of these fancy little brushes. It's got a little slider, you slide it up, and it's got these soft little bristles that you can clean off any kind of like big pieces of dirt or hair or anything that could maybe scratch your lens. It's good to just go over everything with this real quick before you actually start wiping it. I use then lens wipes. This is the kind that I use only because my kiddo bought me like a jumbo box of these for my birthday or something one year, and so I have enough to last me for the whole rest of my life. But then I use these to go back through and wipe off any like pollen or finger smudges or sneezes or any of that kind of thing. I also use these UV protectors on the end of my lenses. Since I don't shoot with a hood lens, this kind of protects the actual lens itself from any kind of scratches. These cost anywhere from like 20 to 50 bucks, where your lenses are a couple $1,000. So if you need to replace one, obviously this is the easiest thing to do. I don't take these off and clean underneath them every single time I clean my lenses, but every few times I do, because no matter how tightly you have these screwed in, stuff just still gets down underneath them. So I wipe these down. Same thing as the other lenses, use a little brush, then use these wet wipes. It's nice sometimes to hold it up in the light and you can see if you've got any problem areas. And then same thing with the actual camera lens. Just do a nice little wipe on each side. And depending on what kind of wet cloth you use, sometimes these will even leave little fuzzies that I have to go back in and, clean off with my brush. They say you should never, ever, ever blow on your lenses to get things cleaned off of them. However, if you're a photographer who says you never blow on your lens, you're probably a liar. I do try not to do that, but sometimes in the middle of shooting, that's just what you have available. So anyway, let it all dry. If you're using one of these alcohol wipes, those dry really quickly. Put it back together and you are ready to shoot without any kind of smudges or dirt or gross little spots that you have to edit out of your pictures when you're done. Thanks so much for listening. Bye guys.